So then you go, okay, well, I think I'm voting for this guy because he's not being a dick about homelessness.
Right.
You know? And then you have another person who goes, I have a here's one you hear a lot in these ballots. I have a multi-pronged plan.
Love
and
that.
I'm thinking, well, I'm liking this. This is
How
not
many prongs?
I'm tired of these one-pronged plans, dude.
Because the one-prong plan is clean it up.
Clean it. Exactly.
It's too vague.
And I go,
You
dude, add some prongs, come back in the next election.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. Hey, did you know that you can email us? HesbyStreetPod@gmail.com. Remember we made that email?
I have not checked that in years.
Yeah. But hey, if you want us to talk about you or something else, a topic, or just like say hi, hit us up. You can also check out our website, HesbyStreetPod.com, for live dates, merch, things of that nature. And then Patreon.com/Hesby Street. Bonus app. Every single Friday. Every Friday that exists.
As long as Fridays are existing,
We be a Patreon.
yeah, our Patreons exist.
And then what's the other thing that you say? YouTube, Instagram.
Yep.
Thank you.
Subscribe,
Rate and review.
like,
Send text a friend.
just check in on people. Have a lot of love in your heart and have a lot of likes under our videos.
Download stuff. I think that helps.
I think if you download our YouTube videos, it helps. I don't know how.
If you steal the sound and then you try to post it and then YouTube has to take it down, I think that helps.
That
They're
helps
like-
us.
Yeah,
if
they're
we-
like, damn, people are trying to steal their intellectual property.
Yeah, if we cease and desist other videos, it like bumps up our rating.
Yeah, because they're like, damn, people want this.
Find us in the meta. We're building a Hesby Street.
Yeah, New Horizons, I think it's called.
Yeah,
And then at Torio on Venmo, just give me your money.
right. And then we'll split that.
We'll see.
At Zack Chapaloni.
No,
I think
that's
there's a
too long to
dash in
type.
the middle.
That's a lot of typing. At Torio, we'll split it.
But here's the deal.
How I feel it should go.
If you add Zack Chapaloni, Venmo, and if you request it, I might be so confused that I might just pay you. So check me out on Venmo. I might pay you. Check out my Venmo.
All right, start the episode. You're not gonna do the fake guitar thing this time?
I don't have it's a little tight.
Oh, you got
I'm
that.
going keys.
Yeah. It's not key. There's no keys in the music. I still feel like my voice is gone, but then people are telling me I don't sound weird.
No,
But
your
in my
voice-
throat and my head, I feel because I had a long weekend. A little Padres victory over the Dodgers.
Yeah.
A little beat LA.
a little beat LA. I would say quite a lot of beat LA.
We beat LA a lot, and it was the greatest weekend of my life. And that's sad.
That's
You know,
not sad.
A lot of people, they can't say that. They can't say when their team wins it's the greatest day of their life because they're married.
Right.
Or they have
kids.
Right? I don't have that.
Yeah.
I can say it and mean it.
Yep.
And it doesn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Right.
Because I'm very alone. But this was the greatest weekend of my life. Defeating the Dodgers, upsetting them.
Did you cry? It's okay
No.
if you did. It's actually beautiful if you did.
I didn't cry. I would have liked to have cried. But I hugged a lot of people I loved, hugged a lot of strangers,
Did you?
kissed a lot of strangers on the goddamn lips.
You liar.
No, but I touched a lot of strangers. Sure, we had a lot of fun. I probably have COVID.
Did people buy you drinks for your birthday?
You know what's funny is I went to the game on my birthday. Someone gave me a beer, and then
Okay.
some guy bought me a water.
Wow. That's love right
Two
there.
things. Neither of them knew it was my birthday. Well, the guy gave me. Oh no. Yes, the guy that gave me the beer did know it was my birthday.
Okay.
A stranger. He had found out it was my birthday. The guy that got me a water, we had like walked to the concession stand at the same time, and we weren't sure who was.
Do?
Yeah, and then I just grabbed a water and waited, and he's like, "I'll just buy your water. You can go." I was like, "No, it's like a $7 water." He's like, "Just leave. Take the water and leave." I was like, "Okay." I might have stolen.
I was
water.
about to say, it's like, that guy's stealing. Yeah, that's fun, man. Sports, baseball, America's pastime.
And just defeating Los Angeles, the city that I live in and /hate.
Yeah. So getting to defeat the city you hate.
Yes.
The swingin' Friars.
That's right.
So, that's a cool...
It's not problematic, dude. It's fine. It's not. They're not
forcing
real
Christ
priests
on people.
They're not real priests. They're just a big fat friar.
But what's he swinging at?
The baseball, man.
Is
Don't make it more
is it
than that.
old
Don't
relics
make it
of
more than
religions that existed here before Christ?
Okay, yeah. All right. The San Diego mission, as well as the California missions, ruined a lot of lives.
He's swinging at a
But
totem
they're
pole.
making up for it. One Major League Baseball series at a time.
That's beautiful. And they're employing a lot of South and Latin Americans.
Okay, well,
Aren't they?
sure.
Right? Juan Soto, Dominican Republic.
I don't think that makes up for the California missions.
I think it's a step in the right direction.
I don't think so. I think that's more problematic than being a team being called the Padres.
Well, they're giving
It's
him...
just Spanish for fathers.
Well, it's not, though. Right?
It is, though. Right?
Right?
Why do you got to take it here, man?
I'm just saying, I'm a 49er
All right, we'll change
fan.
our name.
We're very peaceful. We're just in the river. We're panning for gold.
49ers, you don't think they came and stole land? They were straight up just plotting land.
We're just
stealing.
We're just taking
They were
gold.
squatting.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
we filled out the necessary paperwork for this land.
Yeah.
Is there a non-problematic team? The Suns.
No, skin cancer. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, fuck.
I mean, birds, are they bad? What's a
Falcons.
Falcons, Eagles,
Yeah, birds are fine.
Cardinals?
Birds are fine. That's about as good as it gets.
What about a bear? I think you just got to go animal. If you're going to name a team, just name it an animal.
What about Celtics? It's
Well,
just Irish.
But it should be Celtic.
Oh, that's the offensive part.
Yeah, why are they pronouncing it
Like,
wrong?
what the fuck's a Celtic?
What's a Celtic?
It's a Celtic?
That's not even like... What are we doing? You just making fun of my accent? I'm not good at it, all right?
It's a Celtic. What is that? The Jazz. Nothing wrong with Jazz.
Well, that's not true.
Why?
You didn't hear like all those newspaper articles in the 30s, 40s, and 50s on Jazz? They were making people gay. They were making people angry.
They
They blame Jazz for everything.
It has been a while since I've dipped into the newspaper articles from the 30s,
It's
40s,
great,
and 50s.
dude. Well, it's like a whole...
Can I borrow your book?
Yeah. Yeah, they used to blame Jazz like we blame like video games, you know? Just be like, Jazz is making women promiscuous. It's making people violent. Yeah.
Making people violent. Feisty.
Yeah. They're out there, you know. It's like the whole like Elvis thing.
Right. I saw those hips
dancing
move,
like
and I
sluts.
started hitting my wife. Right? That's what Elvis did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. That's a perfect way out back in the day. Somebody get away with a lot of crime.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
It's like I didn't drink and drive and kill those kids crossing the street and keep driving. It's the jazz music coming out of this radio.
It made me do it.
Did the station change? This used to be WKBF.
It's the notes you don't hear that make you murder.
Want to kill? I've been trying to. Well, I voted.
You voted already.
Yeah,
That's great. Who'd you vote for?
all kinds of folks.
Okay.
So I'm not worthy of the sticker yet because it's a mail-in ballot. I haven't sent it. I need
okay.
a sticker for that. I voted.
You have the sticker. They give you the sticker.
Haven't sent it. No, I need that sticker. The in between.
Voted, haven't sent
I
it
voted before we get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
It is sitting in my living room.
yet. Okay. So you
Doesn't
got to
count.
drop it off or you going to put it in a mailbox?
I'm gonna put it in a mailbox or one of those delivery things. But voting it's tough. You got to read a lot. It took me hours. I was like, I'm gonna read everything. So I read about every person, every detail. You vote sheriff, and you're just like, all right, both of you guys have done bad things. I guess I'm picking the guy that's like more apologetic.
What were the bad things? Do you remember?
It was like not releasing footage of something to the
Like
public.
body
Yeah,
cam
maybe
footage.
body cam. And the other guy, he's just like Black Lives Matter or like don't vote for this guy. And I'm like, well, who do you want?
Right. I imagine.
And there's a write-in part.
Oh, so who'd you write in?
I panicked. I just wrote you.
I think I'd be pretty good.
I think you'd be all right too.
Yeah. I'd be like, listen, guys.
A lot of folks in there said they didn't do it. You have a jail behind you.
Yeah.
And you go, a lot of the people in there said they didn't do it.
And some of them I believe. Most of them.
Yeah, and the paperwork's a lot to read, so I'm just going to go off of vibe.
Yeah, we're going to do a vibe thing. So set up an interrogation room. I'm going to call it the vibe room.
Yep.
And I'm just going to sit in there with them for like a minute.
And if they're a dick, believe me, I rule with an iron fist.
Yeah.
If they're a dick, back-to-back life sentences.
Absolutely.
I'm tacking on another life sentence.
And they'll be like, you're not judge, though. You're sheriff. And I'll be like, okay.
You go, this is my house.
Yeah. You don't come into my town.
That's right.
What am I running? What town am I running in?
Sheriff of Los Angeles.
You're not West Hollywood? It's not different?
I'm right on the cusp.
Oh, so you're Los Angeles.
If we were across the street, I'd be West Hollywood.
Oh, damn, you're not even cool.
No,
we're voting
I'm not
for the
cool.
same stuff.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not cooler than you. It's all a facade.
Well, I want you to know something.
What?
I'm the sheriff
of
you
LA.
need. Yeah.
All right. Well, then make your speech.
All right. So we got the vibe room. I think that's good. Parking tickets gone. Dust.
We need
that income still. So we're gonna
give us money sometimes.
Give us money sometimes, but also like we get to do crime. The cops like stealing.
Who are you stealing from?
Banks.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because then also we can train how to like defend bank robberies. So it's like a double. It's a double.
Right. So they'll be like, we failed. Nice work, guys. Here's $1 million for
No
each
more
of
parking
you.
tickets.
It's hard because everyone you vote for, you read about it and they go, what are the main issues and where do they stand? You know what the main issues are in LA if you had to guess?
Homelessness.
Number one. Number two.
The race war?
The housing.
Impending race war?
No, you keep talking about this race war. No one's talking about that except you.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know what you're reading.
I guess I just got my ear to the ground a little more than you got, y'all.
I think you need to stop playing those 1930s, 40s audio books of
it's
the
all
articles.
The jazz I'm listening to.
Okay, but then people say they have solutions, right? So they go, here's what they. So some people go, we need to get them resources.
Right.
But like, what does that mean? You know? So then you go, okay, well, I think I'm voting for this guy because he's not being a dick about homelessness.
Right.
You know? And then you have another person who goes, I have a here's one you hear a lot in these ballots. I have a multi-pronged plan.
Love
and
that.
I'm thinking, well, I'm liking this. This is
How
not
many prongs?
I'm tired of these one-pronged plans, dude.
Because the one-prong plan is clean it up.
Clean exactly.
It's too vague.
And I go,
You
dude,
need-
add some prongs, come back in the next election, and let's revisit this.
All right, so what do you think some of the prongs? All right, so let's say you were cleaning
Oh,
up
they
homelessness.
don't divulge the prongs.
Well, you can't just give them away for free. You got to elect me. Do elect me if you want to hear my prongs.
You want to see what's on these prongs?
Nice try.
Let me in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of anyone with a multi-prong situation going. I read about just about everything. Here's the hard part about the voting.
I have a question
mail-in
about
ballot.
one.
Okay. It might be the one I was going to talk about.
Is it the gambling one?
Oh, the gambling one's a tough one.
So the gambling one's tough because you can't vote for both. You're either...
We need to explain for our out-of-state, out-of-country
So
listeners.
Prop 26, I believe, is legalizing sports gambling within a Native American casino.
Yes.
And if you vote for 27, it legalizes sports gambling on your cell phone.
Which makes the last one obsolete.
Which makes the last one... So, which is weird to me because why can't you just do both? Like, I'm a freedom guy, guys. I want to gamble wherever the fuck you want to gamble.
Well, you can do both.
But you can't.
You can say yes to both.
But if you say yes to... But
27.
if 27 passes, then 26 cannot pass. Isn't that crazy? So...
I didn't know that.
You can... If you vote for the cell phone one, and that passes, then the sports gambling within the Native American casinos is no longer allowed to pass.
I didn't know that.
I don't get why.
I don't get why either.
Sometimes there are propositions like that conflict. It's like one, if this one gets more or something, but I don't understand.
Yeah.
This one confuses me.
So, like, Native Americans, for those of you out of this country, they got a real raw deal here. they've been hosed for centuries.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them left.
And they were told, like, you can have this area, and then they were told you can have this area, and they're like, we're going to move you one more time. We're so sorry. Actually, we're not even sorry. We're going to move you here.
And we're building a freeway through it.
Yeah. And so they keep getting just
And
pushed.
all the oil underneath is ours if we want it.
Exactly. So they're getting pushed into a corner and taken advantage of at every turn. And their last sort of like vestige is casinos. Tribes can open casinos and collect income from the casinos in California. And in these areas where the Indian casinos are, you cannot, like, no one else can have a casino. So it's like their way of reaping some sort of benefit of the land that it's probably not even their like ancestral land. They're probably from like Iowa.
Right.
But they've just been pushed back to this corner. And then at these casinos, for whatever reason, you can't bet on sports.
Every state's really weird because I was doing shows in New Mexico at a casino, and you couldn't drink on where you could gamble.
Oh,
So
interesting.
which is like, come on.
I know.
So you'd have to drink at a bar.
We're so close.
And then there'd be a person be like, oh, let me make sure that's not alcohol. And then you go to the casino floor and gamble. And then the waitress, the servers that come around are like, do you want a Coke or a coffee? So bizarre.
And I go, come back when I start winning, sweetheart.
Yeah. So every state's got weird different. And so in California, you can't have dice, for example. So
That's another one,
If
yeah.
you want to play craps, they just flip over cards. Stupid things like that.
So that was on 26 too. They
Oh,
can
we
do
can do
dice
dice?
and sports
And roulette.
and roulette.
Hell yeah.
And so then I voted yes on that. Like, give them all the games. Why shouldn't they be allowed to have dice? What the fuck rule is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
They're
I read these and
they're
I go,
you can have Wheel of Fortune slot machines.
Yeah.
You can do Jeopardy slot machines, but the Wheel of Fortune one's too addictive.
I read these and I go, what didn't make the cut on this ballot? You know what I mean? If someone's like, more diet sodas offered. Everything's regular soda.
We're only getting aspartame diet. We need Splenda sodas.
We need Splenda in our
Truvia
sodas. No more suicide sodas. You can't mix all the flavors.
3 limit.
Prop 3. A 3 soda flavor limit. And I'm like, sure, fine.
Prop 58's just like homeless people just wanting water. Like, I can't make it all the way down to 58.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, that's another one too, is you have these people running with solutions. And I go, I like this person. You can play these like quizzes on
Right.
LA whatever, weekly or something.
Yeah.
And it's answer questions on you, like, what do you think is important?
Yeah.
And it'll say what
Which is
what
a
person you
interesting
align
thing
with.
to me because I feel like that's slowly headed the way of you're just voting for algorithms
Yeah, totally.
someday.
Totally.
Can't wait.
But so I'll pick and I go, wow, like I'm aligning with this Republican more. Like I don't want like this much spending on this. But then that Republican person at the last part, it's like, do you think Jews are communicating with aliens? And I'm like, God damn you. You were so responsible with your ideas up until the last part. I have to say no to you.
Yeah.
And you had such great ideas to begin with. So that's a frustrating part.
Yeah.
You got people with so many prongs.
So many prongs, I know.
But crazy beliefs.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with, like, it's a similar thing for me and Gavin Newsom. I really like his politics.
Yeah.
But you can't like Gavin Newsom.
Right.
He's
You've
just
been
a
very
douche.
outspoken about this.
He's just a douche.
He's a rich.
He's a walking douchebag.
Yeah, he's a rich kid.
And then every time he talks policy, I'm like, that's me, dog. I like it.
Right. He's like,
but-
I got you free money. And you're like, thank you, you fucking
Yeah.
douche.
It's like, I will reluctantly vote for you. There will be no bumper sticker on my car.
Right.
No sign in the yard.
Right. But then his opponent is always just an insane person.
Totally.
It's someone being like, I'm
makes it easy.
allowing open carry for bombs.
But they have to be round, like in the cartoons.
With the little fan
and
thing
the
in the
wick
back.
has to last 3 minutes, so you really know.
Yeah.
Everyone can run.
Yep.
And they're heavy.
Right.
And that's my number one platform.
Uh-huh.
But it is a 9-prong.
It's
bomb
9-pronged,
thing.
and it will reduce homelessness drastically.
Because we are going to literally get rid of a lot of the topography of our city will be different after the bombs explode.
Yes. Yeah, right. So environmentalists are after me. Mm-hmm. There was one guy who was, I think he was like crazy on some front, but he had a homelessness plan where it was like renovate all these abandoned office buildings in this area, like all over LA, and let people stay in them. Like put these buildings we've made to use instead of keeping them vacant while people have to sit outside.
Yeah, but a rich person lives across the street and they're like, fuck that.
Of course. Well, a rich person is always going to be the problem. So I am voting. I have several prongs involved here.
Okay, what's the first
Devour the rich. And
Okay.
with each prong, it's sort of like one of those fish you see at the bottom of the sea.
Oh,
and it's got the little light bulb.
The little light bulb and like
And-
sharp, like
and-
teeth that are uncomfortably sharp.
I mean, that fish is living a miserable life with teeth like.
but it's
teeth like-
existing.
It's like I can't even close my mouth all the way.
Dude, my gums bleed every day.
I have to keep it just open the entire time.
and then I finally catch something, and it's like, this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you.
I bite too hard. I'm like, fuck. Owie. Okay, but here's another thing on my ballot. I hate to be so vote forward here, but it's on my mind. Mm-hmm. So I read about every proposition thoroughly.
Okay.
And Elizabeth's walking around. It's like a chore day for her day off. And she keeps coming back. She's like, you still voting? My God, dude. It's like an 8-hour job
I
for you.
picture like you just have papers everywhere.
I'm reading articles, and she'll walk by, and I go, this isn't a laughing matter. This is my civic duty.
Right.
Now let me see. Let me play this quiz. So I'm reading everything.
Did you know I'm a teal?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a teal.
Right.
I'm a teal 7.
So I'm going through it one by one, and I get to a proposition that just says like, commit to having clean cars, energy
2035.
by 2030. And I go, don't need to read that one. Yes. So I'm done voting. And, well, by the way, the tail end of the voting is just judges.
I love
Have you
that.
seen this one?
Oh, I've seen this one.
And there's nothing about them.
No, they don't have like political parties a lot.
Yeah,
even.
they're nonpartisan. They've just been a judge. And they go, do you want them to still be a judge? And I'm just like, yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, let's chaos. I just want like an Uber driver to be our judge, just someone that knows the people.
You can read about them on like some legal site, which is very boring. It looks like the original MySpace.
Yep.
And it'll just say their hobbies include spending time with their adult children. And I go, all right, well, it's time for a shakeup in your life. So I'm finally done, and I turn on TV.
It is funny. It could be like, it could be like enjoys pickleball. Be like, he seems fun. I'm gonna vote.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like digging deep on these guys, and I'm like, this is too much.
You just start going by their schools. Like public school? No. Ohio State pass.
I go, yeah, your first job was, you worked for this Supreme Court justice, and I look up, I'm like, well, he's highly revered, and you used to deliver his mail or whatever as an intern.
You were a clerk, huh?
Good for you, man.
Still no.
You didn't do enough.
Yeah.
So
Tough to beat pickleball,
I know. Dude, honestly, these judges need to step up their fucking... I'm going to help
Extracurriculars
marketing.
are important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you love hanging out with people of all races.
I would love to be like, only second chair in high school choir, huh?
Yeah. I would have loved a first chair.
Yeah. Like all those people that think like their extracurriculars are going to come back to haunt them. I'm the one that makes sure it haunts them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, only JV volleyball.
Science club and biology club and bird club. I'm trying to figure out.
That's one club.
Are these real? Were you padding it? Did you
Were
pad
it?
Or, let me
What
guess.
else are you gonna pad?
Yearbook club? Oh, who took the picture? It was your mother?
Oh,
God.
And that counts as photography club too? Fuck no, it doesn't.
This is unraveling before my eyes. That's me. I'm just digging deep on these judges, and then I'm done. I need a cigarette. I turn on TV, and the first commercial I see is like, Prop 30 is a sham started by none other than Lyft. You think you're voting clean car energy and making it by 2035? You're ruining our economy in California. This is why every publication, it's the only one I didn't look up just because the language was so make it cleaner here. So I turn it on, and Elizabeth looks at me and she goes, did you vote for that one? And I'm like, I want a new ballot. So now I'm like,
You're anti the clean cars.
so I did pro clean. I'm but
still pro clean.
apparently that's pro Lyft. And it's a huge money grab scheme
everything's pro
They
left.
cheated. They cheated with the language. So now I'm at the juncture where I went from I'm responsible, every vote counts, to the one I voted wrong on. I go, well, I mean, that vote's not going to matter. Or
I can vote the other way just to make you feel. We can cancel out votes.
or I just
Because I still would have voted yes.
or I just don't turn in the ballot, and I go, you know what? I'm not playing anymore. This game's so annoying. I don't want to play.
I saw a shirt that made me laugh. That was it was the mayor in Jaws is still the mayor in Jaws 2. This is why you need to vote in local elections.
I know they should have had a mudslinging debate there.
Yeah.
You allowed a great white shark to pillage.
What did the other guy do?
Our little.
It's a much darker movie.
He was just Muslim. They're like, we'll take the shark guy.
We'll do that's fine. We'll stay out of the water. You know,
can't control fish.
Man, he's not. You got to parent your kids.
That's on those kids.
Yeah.
You don't flail that much.
Yeah.
Sharks know that.
You just flow on your back. You know, that's their house.
Yeah.
You
That's
come
right.
into my house, I might bite you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I vote for this other guy. All of a sudden, I can't bite a stranger? No thanks.
No. I'm with whatever the fucking old mayor is. Change is scary.
It's scary.
All right, you want to see an impression I'm working on?
Yeah.
This is my impression of a guy who doesn't understand like LGBTQ IA rights.
Okay. But he wants to, or he just doesn't?
He doesn't want to, it sounds like.
Okay.
But he's also he's a union worker, electrician.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
He's the head of the union.
Okay.
All right.
Got it. So he doesn't support LGBT rights, but he is head of a union.
Of a carpenters union.
Carpenters union.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So anyway, I told my niece, I don't know what these letters mean. These LGB, what that? I don't pay attention. All right, everyone here, let's commence the meeting. Local UBCJA chapter 144.
It's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. Hypocrisy. It's a poem, really.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He likes, he can understand what letters mean.
As long as it's a union.
As long as it's a union.
What are you, IBEW?
Yeah, I might be EW. What are you?
I'm gay.
Hey, man, that's okay.
I'm just plain old gay. Hey, we're going to be so open-minded that we get to just say plain old gay.
Plain old gay.
I'm old school, man.
Hey, man, I'm not even Q really that much. I'm just straight up G.
I'm just a G, man.
OG.
I'm
original
sorry.
gay.
I don't understand the world today. I'm just gay. That's going to be new age close-minded people.
Yeah. We was just like, I'm old school, man. I think trans people are real.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, what are we arguing about?
I'm old school, man. The spectrum was like the width of my shoulders. Now it's so big. It's almost a wheel.
Yeah, it's a flat circle.
It is. And I'm not down with that. Where I'm from, gender was a line. Mm-hmm. Now it's a flat circle.
Yeah, you could be one of 40 genders.
Yeah, that's right.
This 80 gender thing isn't for me.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Did you hear about what's it called? Not gender. It's called a
not gender.
Quasi. No, fuck. It's like it's a pronoun, but it's any word. Oh, neo-pronouns.
Neo-pronouns.
Have you heard about this?
I've heard of this.
They're doing corporate like HR training about neo-pronouns. So instead of being like he, him, his,
yeah,
you could say, and it used to be like they, them, their. Mm-hmm. Now you can say like refrigerator. Oh, it's he, him, himself. Mm-hmm. And now you can be refrigerator's self.
Okay.
And that's something that we have to abide by in the corporate world.
Right.
Not we. We're not in
the corporate world.
Right. So I want to know what your neo pronouns are.
It does feel like they're pushing us to the edge.
Right.
They're like, oh, you're progressive? Let's see how progressive you really are.
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not calling your refrigerator.
Yeah. No, I know. The person who sent the email is trolling.
Yeah. Well, it's also like they're... I don't think you're doing anyone any favors when you do that.
Why?
Well, because there's people that don't consider themselves a he or a she,
Right.
right?
And now it's like ninja and dragon.
Yes, but when you do that, it's like Sebastian has a joke where he's making fun of like a kid at his
Right.
that goes by. Is that what it is? Identifies as a unicorn or something?
Oh yeah, that is what that is. It's a neo pronoun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it seems as though you're making a mockery of someone wanting to be. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but
Like their actual identity.
yes.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, listen, I'm not a he or a she, but let's not make it a joke
Yeah.
by calling me a refrigerator or a unicorn.
Right.
Like they or like a few other ones.
Right.
And I think that like with the new they, we're gonna have to kind of make a word up for like they all. Like you
Fall.
and you kind of turned into y'all
Yeah.
or you guys or you
Right. Right.
know.
So with
so
they,
however that happens organically, it will be cool. We're
Yeah.
always kind of changing our language.
right.
But I think when you start saying
It's like, are y'all unicorn and refrigerator hungry
Yeah.
for more sweet tea?
Yeah, I think
And sweet tea is a person they're
well,
going to eat.
I think you leave yourself open to have a majority of the country not take you seriously.
Yeah.
Let's be serious. Let's find what works for you.
Right.
But like, don't be fucking obnoxious about it.
Right. It's like, all right, you're a unicorn, but like you're filing your taxes as a unicorn now.
And then a lot of people are not going to want to deal with you.
Right.
Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Right.
If someone was like, hey, man, I identify as unicorn, refrigerator, She-Hulk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the word she's in there. What are we doing?
Right. Right.
They don't get invited out.
And they called me Hulk. They called me Incredible Hulk.
But it's incredibly Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks because when we were kids, the hamburger helper glove was a boy.
Yeah. And yes.
That wasn't a thumb.
And if you wanted to have sex with it, you weren't gay.
No, you could put it right up in that hand hole.
Yeah.
And that was fine.
That was fine. You were exploring your body and your sexuality. And whatever conclusion you came to after that explanation is your business.
Right.
And the glove is going to keep its mouth shut for the rest of its life.
The glove is here to help. It's a helper in the streets and a helper in the sheets.
Yeah. So I think
So enough of the neo-pronouns is your stance. We have to put our foot down.
not if they make sense. I just feel like we're trying to make a more inclusive society.
Yeah.
And when you do crazy shit,
Right.
that's kind of annoying.
Right.
I don't think you're doing yourself or anyone else favors.
Right.
Find a pronoun that like works.
Right.
Within the realm of like the way our language works. You start calling yourself fire truck.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there are fire trucks.
Right.
We already has connotations to it.
Right.
That's not you, dog.
The traffic shouldn't clear when you're walking
yeah.
by. But doesn't part of you want to see playing devil's advocate? Because that is my
Okay.
neo pronoun.
Yes.
Devil advocate, devil advocates, devil advocate self.
Okay.
Don't you want to see just like a corporate, like a boss step out of his like windowy office to his assistant,
Just an old ass white guy.
and be like, can you, I have to have a meeting today. Can you go get Denise in accounting and have either elf on a shelf, elves on a shelves, or elf self come to my office?
Excuse me, HR rep here. You are fired.
Wait, did I pluralize? I meant one elf and several shelves.
Yeah.
I just want that.
Sorry.
I want that.
You're on a. You can resign if you want to go out with some honor.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're fired.
20 years from now, one person is going to snap on the news and be like, we're not getting anything done. Nothing happens here anymore. Because we spent 3.5 days just introducing ourselves to the rest of the room.
Like, oh, you want the 4-day work week?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get rid of a lot of your bullshit.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to actually work for 4 days.
When I was like a college student, like first day of class was always kind of like informal.
Yeah.
It was like, here's the syllabus, talk a little about the class. Everyone go around the room, say your name, and say, 2 true things and 1 false thing.
Don't you just want to interrupt and be like, how about we don't do any of that? We leave 10 minutes early. Get to open the book.
Right. I get up and I really soak it in. I go, my name is Zack Chapaloni. Mm-hmm. I once killed a man for no reason. I identify as a human trafficker.
And I'm left-handed. And then write something in your right hand.
Dearest parent of my next victim. Yeah, I mean, people... I think because we get to do this, though, I think there are less serial killers. Everyone has their theory about why there are less serial killers. Some people think it's mass shootings. I think it's because we get to have fun little games like what inanimate object do you identify as? You get to marry... Someone married a train station. Okay? In 1970s, her pug was going to tell her to murder the president.
But she
Instead-
broke up with the pug and
Right.
got together with the train station.
That's right.
And now everything's good.
Yeah.
Now she's a productive
Well, she's just
member
lying
of
down against
society.
the wall, kissing and hugging it. Would you rather have that, or would you rather have her putting fucking
president.
anthrax in the I would.
Banger City, by the way.
Okay. I would venture to guess. They say there are two signs of a serial killer. Have you heard about this?
Okay, what are the signs? Killing animals as a kid.
As a kid, there are 2 signs of
Yeah.
serial killers. There's killing animals, and there's wetting the bed. And it just makes me sick that you would loop these people. Can you believe, like, growing up how we grew up, that there were some children that fucking wet the bed?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Okay. But I'm adding a new one.
So what you're saying to the Hesbos is that if your kid is doing the following thing,
Yep.
they are a serial killer.
Right. If your
Soon to be
kid,
serial
and I'm adding to it because I do
Okay.
believe the first 2 are real.
Do you have to do all 3?
You don't have to do all 3. Any one of the 3.
Any one of the 3. Every bedwetter.
Let's say 2 of the 3.
2 of the 3. Okay.
So if you're a bedwetter that mutilates cats as a kid, mom and dad, any moms and dads listening,
Nip it in the bud.
keep an eye on that thing. I don't know what you do. I don't have any advice for it. I have 0 prongs for what you do. Mm-hmm. I'm a prongless
Yeah.
serial killer, solver.
Well, at the very least, start writing your press release for what you're going to say to the press after.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Buy a house that's just like no one knows you live there.
Yeah.
Bedwetting.
Bedwetting.
Killing or mutilating animals
Animals
is when
at a
you're a
young
kid. There's a couple. If you're like way into Thomas the Train,
Oh, that's fine.
no.
Why? What's wrong with Thomas
You never
the Train?
grew up with those kids?
No.
Dude, Thomas the Train kids were weird. It's just a train with a face.
Yeah, but okay. What else?
Train set builder in your garage.
Oh yeah, those are crazy.
You're
people.
spending all that time in your garage just to make a train go.
Yeah, well, there's also you got the car fumes from the garage. You got the heat.
A lot of like
A lot of
paint
oils,
thinner.
paint thinners. Just
Yeah.
being in there alone's unhealthy.
Right.
And then you're just with your thoughts
Too much garage time at all
at all.
is bad. You draw things with red eyes. I don't like that. If you're
don't
a
like
kid,
that either.
I had my niece give me a drawing and they were like, "Hey, look." And I'm like, "This is
Terrifying.
noted."
Yeah.
I'm keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
If you finish your vegetables before the meat for dinner,
Yeah, that's weird.
put that kid down.
Not
There's
okay.
being a good kid, and then there is straight up off the charts
Yeah.
psychopath.
You shouldn't like lima beans.
No, exactly.
monster.
Exactly.
You know what I don't like?
What?
When they draw the pictures and they just put the sky at the top.
Right.
Just the top line blue.
Right. Have you heard of?
Have you been outside?
Is it like a flat Earth that you think you're living in?
What is happening?
The sky is all around
What's
us.
all the white? What's the white?
Right. Explain the white.
Yeah.
If you're a kid that can't explain the white, we need resources for these kids.
And that's where the prongs come in.
Right.
First one. Do you shake them? What do you do? You just shake the kid?
You shake it until they promise to never kill.
Okay, got it. That's prong 1.
That's prong 1.
2, snack time. Everyone deserves snack time.
Yep.
Especially a kid.
Especially with 2 prongs. You just grab a snack.
Yes.
It's a nice...
Yeah. And is that it?
No, we have multiple prongs.
Okay, so there's a third prong. Education, maybe.
Education reform.
Got it.
And that's something I'm willing to die on. Education needs reforming.
Yeah, for families, because that's prong 4. You're keeping families together.
And
Unless you want to abort.
I agree.
Yeah.
And in California, we actually give you 3 months after the baby's born.
Exactly.
And you can come back and go, I'd like an abortion, please.
Yeah, and we're like, okay.
Yeah, we're like, thank you for the courtesy of speaking out of the side of your mouth. You're very good at it. We also accept, if you can't speak out of the side of your mouth.
You do have to check off a box, and one says bedwetting.
Also at the bottom, how do you want to deal with this? It says shmushmortion. And feel free to check that.
In quotes.
Shmushmortion, wink, wink.
I love that, like, people in the South and Midwest think that we just have, like,
Sin.
just
all
abortions every day.
Yeah.
Or
I'm like,
it's just
dude, Kelly's
you wanna
got an
do
abortion.
then Chipotle, or Chipotle then abortion?
What are you doing this weekend? I don't know. I heard Kelly's throwing a fat abortion at up in the hills in Malibu.
And then orgy right after.
Yeah.
We're all going to fuck.
We're going to fuck. I heard someone got a kegger, and then Mike got a kid that we're going to drain the adrenochrome and live till we're 1,000.
Yeah, dude. It's going to be dope.
It's sick. And his parents are gone.
His parents are gone,
So
dude.
we can fully just lay that kid out in the kitchen.
And fentanyl.
And fentanyl-laced...
Fentanyl.
What else do Californians do? Hey, we used to just hang 10.
We do hang 10 still.
We still hang 10.
Not as much.
It wasn't problematic.
No, it wasn't.
People were just like, damn, these Californians chasing that big wave.
Yeah, they're just out there chilling.
Drinking beers on a Sunday.
Whoa.
Yeah. Graffitiing.
We do graffiti a lot.
But now I see you ever see freeway architecture? I'm like, this could use some graffiti.
Well, you know what I hate is when it comes to graffiti is that some of it's great.
Yeah.
And some of it's bad.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like in comedy, the good comedy gets to go to the good comedy venues.
Right. And the bad gets pushed away.
Yes. So on these good pieces of architecture that you're talking
Yeah.
about, when there's bad graffiti on it, I'm
Right.
like, how did you get that booking?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's got to be like Bardo or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. We got to have an
Someone's gotta
organization.
police that.
Yeah.
Where
That's
it's like, dude,
look, I'm not going to arrest you.
There's no depth to your art. Look at this guy. All
Well,
right?
you gotta give them names, you know? So you'd be like, look, Shady 69,
Yeah,
I
come on,
appreciate you have zero fear of heights. You're going all the way to parts of the building that people have no business going
Yeah,
to.
but listen,
Look
Scorp.
look at Scorp. Look at monkeypox. There's character.
They're getting better. Let me show you their early work.
Right.
Let me show you your early work. Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed.
It's not about. I
Right.
mean, listen.
Here's a stencil I made for you.
Do you understand that there can only be one light source? The shadows you're doing make no sense.
Come back to school, graffiti school. Let's revisit some of this stuff. And if you're still really bad at it, start a career in comedy.
There it is.
They are the catch-all of failures.
You just picture us at a show, be like, "Why'd you start comedy?" He's like, "Well, graffiti didn't work out."
My real passion was graffiti, but
Yeah.
I was banished from the community.
They're like, "Same, man. I really was trying to do balloon art,
Yeah.
but it's hard, man. My lungs are small."
There's respect in graffiti more than any other art form, I feel like. Like I saw a kid tagging a part of a bridge and this guy was like, "Are you fucking stupid? That's Dread Monkey One's fucking art you're painting over."
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh fuck, dude, I had no fucking I'm so sorry." He's like, "I ought to beat the shit out of you to death right now." And we need that in comedy.
Yeah, we need that.
You know, so if someone's like, "Yo, did I just hear you say affogato and avocado?" I'll stab your fucking butthole, dude. with my penis.
Oh, dude, for me, you would do that
I
to
would do
defend my
that.
art.
I would have sex with another man.
That's a real friend, dude.
Honestly, it's the only way to convince myself what I'm doing is okay.
Being gay? It's okay, man. Hey.
No.
A lot of this episode makes me think you want to come out. And it's safe,
I'm
man.
fine,
This is a
dude.
safe
I've
place.
never wet my bed. I killed one cat when I was a kid.
It was being rude.
Accident.
All right, man.
It just seems like such a leap.
A quantum leap.
It's like the guy going into work being like, all right, if they kill cats, they as kids, they're a serial killer. Like, that's great. That's a telltale sign. No one does that.
Yeah.
What else you got? More? Okay.
What did your kid do?
What's something I've seen lately? Oh, when they're wetting the bed, like as an adult. No, as a kid.
Don't most kids do that at some point? Wet the bed?
And I think that's part of this problem.
All right. Well, as long as watching Thomas the Train's okay, we're all set.
Oh. Actually, I was going to say no. You can't watch that.
Why not? I love Thomas the Train. He perseveres. He thinks he can, and he takes care of business.
Does he?
That's a good message.
The rails are set for him. It's a train with the face. That's it. You're all serial killers. I decided.
We're all serial killers.
I watched a video where this guy was profiling serial killers, and it was a bomber in like New York back in the day or something. And this profiler, one of the first of his kind, said he was a disgruntled employee with the company. He lives with family. This is just from like those old school anonymous letters. This is what he deduced.
Right. You talk about when they do like profiling.
Profiling. But this is like the first guy to do it. He lives with his family. When you arrest him, he will be wearing a 3-piece suit.
Oh, yeah. I saw this too. What
I
was
think I
this
sent
on?
you this
sent this to
TikTok.
me. Yeah.
And when they arrested the guy, they went, you're probably going to want to change because
right.
the press is going to talk to you. So he changed into a 3-piece suit. And I just picture the profile be like, what's he wearing though? What's he wearing?
I picture the profile seeing him do it.
Yeah.
He was just like, he saw the crime and he's like, I'm going to wait. I'm going to turn this into a business for me. Because I think I could probably profile this guy.
Yeah.
But he let one more person die probably just to be right.
Masterful. He's like,
Yeah.
I just want to see where he shops.
Yeah.
And I promise we'll get to the bottom of it. And then he's in the room and the guy goes, well, I'm ashamed. I'll probably just wear my pajamas. No, what's that there?
Go get changed.
What's it? Remember you had something in your closet we were talking about?
You do for special occasions.
Come on, man. This is for TV.
Come on, man.
You don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
another piece?
You don't have a third piece?
I see you got this. Get the whole bit.